Hey book friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a small haul of three Rebecca Yarros books that are not the Fourth Wing or Empyrean series that everybody has read. And I just finished reading Onyx Storm a few days ago, and I'm just hungry for more Rebecca Yarros. I can't get enough. So I ordered 3 of her romance books on Amazon, including her newest release. We will pull these out and take a look and see what we think together. This is kind of awkward because it is my first video, so bear with me, but a little bit about me. My name is Madison, I'm 30 years old, and I love to read. I love books. Fourth Wing was really the series that got me back into reading and helped me fall back in love with reading. I was read to as a child. My mom read the Harry Potter series to me when I was a little girl. I remember one of the first chapter books I read was Charlotte's Web when I was in elementary school, and I've always loved to read. I was shy as a child. I was very introverted, but I was always known for having a book in my hand, and kind of fell out of touch with reading in high school and college. Well, towards the end of high school and through all of college, just because of the demands. I went to nursing school, and now I've been a nurse for 7, almost 8 years. And yeah, it took this right here to bring me back into it, and I picked up like I never left off, and now I'm just reading everything. So yeah, that's enough about me, but I just wanted to say hi. If you would like to support my channel, see more content from me, you can hit the follow button and like this video. I would really appreciate it. And I need some encouragement, you guys, to help me keep going with this, but we'll just get right into it. Let's do this one first. So the first book we have are The Things We Leave Unfinished. The quote at the top says, "A stunning emotional romance." This book was published in, please hold, 2021. I always like to look at the dedication. She wrote, here is the dedication, to Jason, I think that's her husband. "For the days the shrapnel works its way to the surface and reminds us that after 5 deployments and 22 years in uniform, we're the lucky ones, my love. We are the lightning strike." Here is the back. This part at the top in red, it says, "Told in alternating timelines, The Things We Leave Unfinished examines the risks we take for love, the scars too deep to heal, and the endings we can't bring ourselves to see coming." I don't always do great with books that are told in an alternating timeline. I can't think of the book right now, but I recently read a book that was told in alternating timelines, and what I found was that I really was into one of the timelines, but then the other timeline that was going on in the book, like I always felt myself just wanting to get back to the other timeline. I didn't love them equally, which made the book not as interesting to me or made it harder to get through. So I just hope that I love both timelines that are going back and forth in this book. I'll read the rest here. 28-year-old George Stanton has to start over after she gave up almost everything in a brutal divorce. The New York house, the friends, and her pride. Now back home at her late grandmother's estate in Colorado, she finds herself face to face with Noah Harrison, the best-selling author of 1,000,000 books where the cover is always people nearly kissing. He's just as arrogant in person as in interviews, and she'll be damned if the good-looking writer of love stories thinks he's the one to finish her grandmother's final novel, even if the publisher swears he's the perfect fit. Noah is at the pinnacle of his career with book and movie deals galore. There isn't much the golden boy of modern fiction hasn't accomplished, but he can't walk away from what might be the best book of the century, the one his idol, Scarlett Stanton, left unfinished. Coming up with a fitting ending for the legendary author is one thing, but dealing with her beautiful, stubborn, cynical great-granddaughter, Georgia, is quite another. But as they read Scarlett's words in both the manuscript and her box of letters, they start to realize why Scarlett never finished the book. It's based on her real-life romance with a World War II pilot, and the ending isn't a happy one. Georgia knows all too well that love never works out, and while the chemistry and connection between her and Noah is undeniable, she's as determined as ever to learn from her great-grandmother's mistakes, even if it means destroying Noah's career. So maybe a little bit of enemies to lovers, which I love that trope. It kind of reminds me of Verity a little bit by Colleen Hoover, the whole idea of like someone being hired to finish someone else's book that died. I mean, that's really where the similarities end, but that is what it initially made me think of when I read that synopsis. So let me know down in the comments if you've read this book and how many stars you give it. This is my friend group's book club pick of the month, so I will be reading this one soon, and then I'll be sure to come back and let you guys know what I think with a spoiler-free review. Well, next up we have The Last Letter. This book came out in 2019, so this was one of her earlier books, and you see like the beach scene and then the military dog tags. The quote at the top says, "A haunting, heartbreaking, and ultimately inspirational love story." So the synopsis on the back has a letter. You can see the handwriting, and it says, "Beckett, if you're reading this, well, you know the last letter drill. You made it, I didn't. Get off the guilt train, because I know if there was any chance you could have saved me, you would have. I need one thing from you. Get out of the army and get to Telluride. My little sister Ella's raising the twins alone. She's too independent and won't accept help easily, but she has lost our grandmother, our parents, and now me. It's too much for anyone to endure. It's not fair. And here's the kicker. There's something else you don't know that's tearing her family apart. She's going to need help. So if I'm gone, that means I can't be there for Ella. I can't help them through this, but you can. So I'm begging you, as my best friend, go take care of my sister, my family. Please don't make her go through it alone. Ryan." Wow. So I feel like compared to the last synopsis that I just read on the things we leave unfinished, this definitely leaves more to the imagination as far as how the story's gonna go. Like, I have a lot of questions. I have no idea. Really, this is one of those books that I guess I'll have to go into kind of blind. All I've heard about this book is that it's a tearjerker and that it will destroy me emotionally. And I'm nervous, okay, because I have to be in the right mood to read a story like that. Like, if I have a lot going on in my personal life that already has me feeling down, sometimes it's not the best for me to read a story like this. And we're here to normalize mental health. I really do have to be careful with my mental health when I'm reading a story that is going to take me to a dark place. So I don't know. Wanted to see if there were any like triggers listed. I don't see any triggers. The dedication says, oh, to the kids who wage war with cancer, to David Hughes, who beat his 10% chance with 100% heart, and for those like Baden Swink, whose souls were immeasurably stronger than their bodies, you are never forgotten. So there's clearly a cancer storyline involved here, so that would be a potential trigger. I do have somebody in my life personally who's battling stage 4 cancer. So for me, I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it a try because I'm very committed to reading Rebecca Yarros's other work other than the Empyrean series. So I'm gonna give it a try, but if I had to guess, proceed with caution with this book. Also, I saw a lot of TikToks of people saying that this was their favorite book of Rebecca's. So I'm excited. I have to give it a try, but I typically don't love those books that destroy you emotionally. I have to be in the mood for it. So we'll see about that one. And then last but not least, we have Variation. So Variation is her new release. I believe it came out in November. It just says 2024, but I'm pretty sure it came out in November. She dedicated this one to her mother. Elite ballerina Ali Rousseau is no stranger to pressure. With her mother's eyes always watching, perfection was expected no matter the cost. But when an injury jeopardizes all she sacrificed for, Ali returns to her summer home to heal and recover. But the memories she's tried to forget rush in and threaten to take her under. As a Coast Guard rescue swimmer, Hudson Ellis knows that hesitation can mean the difference between life and death. He's always prided himself on being in the right place at the right time, especially when it came to Ali Rousseau, until the night he left for basic. After the biggest regret of his life, the secrets he keeps means he can never be with the woman he wants more than his next breath. When Hudson's niece shows up on Allie's doorstep, desperate to find her birth mother, Allie finds herself in an unimaginable position. Allie and Hudson's past and present might be endlessly complicated. The thread that tied them to each other all those years ago may have unraveled, but the truth could pull them back together or drive them apart forever. Okay, so that looks really good. I like the cover. I thought it was random, but now the more that I look at it, it's got like the underwater scene with like the koi fish, you know, because he is a rescue swimmer for the Coast Guard. And then the flowers is very much like ballerina vibes. I'm excited to read this. I really haven't heard a lot about it yet. So I'm excited just to form my own opinion and see what I think. Those are the 3 books in this haul today, just a short haul. Let me know down in the comments if you've read any of these books, if they're on your TBR. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. My goal right now is to post 2 times a week. Be on the lookout for the reviews of these books after I finish them. I'll make like a reading wrap-up video. That's gonna be all. I hope you guys are having a good morning or night wherever you are, and I'll see you guys soon.